Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust, and today we're talking about Rust console beta news, the beta that's coming for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. This current generation consoles, and yeah, the title's right. We're seeing Garry still playing. Garry Newman, if you didn't know, is the creator of Rust. And we see him still playing the Rust console beta, which is it's good news. Like, I know it's been sparse as far as the last, like, what, 2-3 months as far as any juicy information, as the commit list has gone dark for us as far as, like, what we can see. Doesn't mean they're not working on it, but it's just nice to see that things like that are still kicking. Because let's be honest, if there was some kind of major issue with this, they wouldn't still be playing that. So check it out. My stream, actually, we were playing Rust, and somebody brought it to my attention. And at first, I didn't catch it, but here, let me go over and show you. So Garry is still playing this. So if you check it out, right here on the image, and I didn't catch it at first. Actually, I might tab over to this. This would be a little bit better. Bingo. If you look, it's right under here, Rust Console Edition. Now, at first you're like, oh my goodness, it's out, it's out. Not yet. This is still the developer version, so if you didn't know, it's this one here. And again, I know we're seeing this on Xbox, but this still pertains to PlayStation 4 as well. So even if we saw this on the PlayStation, this would pertain to the Xbox. So don't freak out. This is good news for everybody. But it's just cool to see that it's on as recent right here. So yeah, he posted something about the Tony Hawk Pro Skater that came out, but it was just cool that we can still see it creeping right here on his list. So Garry is still playing the Rust console beta. Bam. So excellent news. So I know we have a lot of people ask us the question like, hey, you know, since Garry tweeted that thing that said, you know, the full release for the game, which is different from the beta, is going to be either late this year or early next. And that was kind of a swift kick in the gut, as we're all like, hey, man, does that mean we're going to get a delay? But honestly, I really think it just reiterated what we already knew, which we knew the full release would come later on this year, but we know the beta has to be in between. So, you know, and this is specifically about the beta, so you can only infer that it's still got to be close. It's still creeping. So, you know, we still have to hang in there. I know the commit list is still dark. Let me go ahead and show you that right now. Beep boop. The commit list. Where are you? Ah, yeah. Okay, here's the commit list. There's been some minor cosmetic changes and stuff, but overall this is still what we've been looking at. And if you look at this new graph that they have, it kind of shows you these different gaps here. So honestly, I mean, look, there was a 4-month gap where they didn't post it on this list, and let me go ahead and tell you, this list is a repository for changes that 11 is doing for FaceBunch for the console ports. So just because you see a gap here doesn't mean that they're not working on it. As a matter of fact, they could very well be working on things that need to be done for this to be a beta and for this to be full release. So the fact that we haven't seen things in, like, what, 3 months, it's still okay. Like, this is still on. We're still seeing stuff on the main website. Let me see if I can find this. Is this it? Yeah. People are having doubts. They're like, man, this isn't coming. It's coming. This is coming for current gen. Now, another question we get quite often during the live stream is this coming for next gen? I think yes. They haven't officially said, but I don't know why they wouldn't. But this is still focused for a full release for us on current gens, PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. As far as we know from their information, what we're seeing from them is still pointing in that direction. And honestly, Garry's, it wasn't a tweet, but it was on his Instagram. It's nice to see that it's still on his list. So it's promising. It's promising. And we know they're still working on it. There's been other indications too, like slowly in the background, like we've seen some changes like on the website and stuff. So it's still showing movements. Now, until we know officially from them, we don't know much, but we do know there's still movement and there's still positive things happening in the it is going to happen soon direction, if that makes any sense. Because, again, we're only left to speculate, as we're literally stuck here, and we have no official word yet. But rest assured, when this does come through the main pipeline, we're going to let you know as soon as possible, because we're checking multiple times a day. Multiple times. So have no fear. We're definitely on it, and we're just as excited to get this as you are. And yes, we are going to play this on console when it does come out. As a matter of fact, hopefully you can hear me still. We're going to make the full switch. Like, we've only wanted to play this on console. So as soon as this hits beta, we're going to play it as long as possible. When this hits full release, we're going to make the switch from PC over to console, and we're just going to play there. We might pop over to PC occasionally, but really, we're just going to be playing on console, because that's where we want to play. And let's be honest, No hackers. Am I right? Am I right? High five through the internet. Everybody? No? Just me? So it's going to be great. We're all going to have a consistent experience. All signs are pointing to all of us on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox side, just us being able to play together, which is going to be great. Dude, I can't wait for that. There's so many people over on the PlayStation side and Xbox side that want to play together, and it's going to be so much fun. And I can't wait for that. I can't wait to see if they do the cross-play stuff for the beta, and it looks like they will. Even from this listing here, we can see that there's still a cross-play item here, and we know that anything that is both for what is it, the Xbox Series X and the Xbox are called smart delivery, so they would call that something different. So this is what we're talking about, and it will not be between console and PC. So let me just put that out there. We also get another question people ask us quite often, and I get this: will there be mouse and keyboard support? We don't know yet. There has been no official word on that, although if Garry does support it, they will be separate servers, kind of like the way DayZ does it. So keep that in mind, because Garry has fundamentally said, hey, this isn't, you know, the difference between controller and mouse and keyboard is huge, and I don't want those populations mixing together because it would be unfair, and I would agree with that. So that's exciting. Yeah, so let's see. We got another piece here. One of our people from Discord was also talking about. So check this out. This is a semi-recent, and again, this is still the closed beta. It's showing some more information here, a little bit more information. You can see that it says Series X now, and it says Xbox One, which is pretty cool. And then we also have this here. It says single player. Xbox Live cross-platform multiplayer, and it also shows the multiplayer count, which we knew, but it's just nice to see it confirmed here. Xbox Live online multiplayer, excuse me, 2 to 100. So we already knew that, but it's just really, really nice to see that confirmed. And so, yeah, this is still on course. We're still seeing updates, these little weird changes in the background. Now, we're not seeing changes on the commit list, but again, since we've already seen it in the past show up in the same fashion, this isn't terribly alarming to see these gaps here. Because remember, this is a code change only list in the simplest of terms. So, as you know, the live branch itself that's on PC is actively being updated. There's so many cool new things happening. We've got the kayaks, we've got the fishing villages. It's super cool. Like, this game is constantly getting better. It's already an amazing game, beautiful even, and it just keeps getting better. So, you know, the question is when, right? So if I could just make a loose guess, I'm going to say that there is a candidate for this to happen, or a good possibility for this to happen in September. I mean, maybe that's more wishful thinking for me, but maybe a lot of other people. But I think September and October are still likely candidates. Now, knowing where they're standing with the full release, if we get word that the full release will be sometime next year, like early quarter, then it's probably going to happen more around the holidays, say Thanksgiving and Christmas this year for the beta. But again, we have not heard word from that, so we don't know yet. So, you know, hang in there. I know it hurts bad. In the interim, I know RazorTube, myself, and BioLaser, we're playing over on PC for now, because that's the only place we can play. We're playing a lot of official, almost exclusively official, to show you what this is going to be like for us on console. And, you know, we're really excited for this. It's just as excited as you guys are. So, yeah. So hopefully us streaming over on official will help ease the pain of waiting, and we can kind of show you what's what. And if you have any mechanic questions, like game mechanics, you know, game loops, that kind of thing, we can answer whatever you come in and ask. We'll try to answer to the best of our ability. And yeah, we're popping in and out of official quite often, and we literally cannot wait to get our hands on the beta and in turn the full release, hopefully later on this year. Let's put it this way. So because they haven't really said yet, I would still assume the full release is going to happen this year. And I think worst case scenario, the full release will happen sometime first quarter next year. So even with that, even with the worst case scenario, the beta is still coming soon. It has to be, unless something dire happens. According to their information, that's the course we're on. So just hang tight. I know it hurts. And hopefully we get some better news, some more official news on the next one. And yeah, love ya. And if you are interested, we do stream and also drop videos for both this and other open world survival games. So if you're into that, consider dropping a subscribe. And yeah, we'll be doing, I can't think of the name of the game. We're doing Rust on official in the interim. So, you know, pop in, say hi, say what's up. And yeah, hopefully we see you soon. Okay, love you. Bye.